All right. Good morning. My name is Stephanie Comella, and I'm here with PD Active for a neuro-movement class, which is basically a Pilates mat class with some flavor mixed in to help regulate your nervous system for a more connected body and more efficient movement. We're going to start on the floor, so start making your way down, nice and easy. And we've been working through this month of October on kneeling postures, low kneeling, high kneeling postures, and then of course the journey that we take to get from laying flat on the ground up to those kneeling postures. So we are going to start down on the floor completely on your backs. Go ahead and stretch yourself out really long, called a body yawn, stretching your legs out in one direction and your arms up in another direction. If you feel like you need a pillow for your head, go ahead and grab those props as you need them. Don't be shy about adding some props and tools. So out of your outstretched position here, we're going to draw the knees in and curl yourself up into the smallest ball you can possibly make. Curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Draw your knees in tight, pull with those arms. Make yourself in as small a ball as possible. We're going to send one leg out at a time. One, and then the second leg out, go into that big body yawn stretch again. Big stretch, elbows are straight, punch the ceiling, circle the arms around. We're going to bring one knee in and then the other knee in, drawing the navel in towards the spine and finding your small ball again. Let's go ahead and move through those two shapes. We're going to go big stretch open, body yawn, reach through the feet and the heels, and then collect and curl in with a nice big exhale, drawing the navel down in towards your spine. Go ahead and move at a pace that makes sense for you. Big stretch, and then pulling inward. Nicely done. We'll do about 2 or 3 more. Warming up our shoulders, stretching our spine, drawing in the abs. Yes. Finish with your legs in nice and tight. Head off the mat, and we're going to roll from side to side. This is the fun part. Let yourself fall to one side, and then you're going to push off the ground with your elbow, and you can also open this top knee to help you roll to the other side, and just have some fun with it. Bounce off from side to side, rolling from here. If your head gets tired, your neck gets tired, you can let your head drop on the mat. Maybe do a little bit of both, take a break and then curl the head back up. Let's do 2 or 3 more rolls. Good, and then finish on the side that is facing me. And I'm just gonna scoot back so I'm still on my mat here, still in frame. So you're gonna lay in a fetal position on the side that's facing me. Let's go for that pinwheel stretch that we know and love. The legs are gonna be stacked, the hips stacked over each other. Top arm stretches all the way forward. Get the logo of your shirt to come down to the mat. Circle the arms up and over. Open up your shoulders so that your heart looks towards the ceiling. As the hand swims past your hips low, we're going to lift our head and shoulders off the ground again in a little mini side crunch, and then reach forward again. All right. Using your bottom arm as a pillow or a real pillow for support. Make sure that you get the head lift as the arm comes past the hips. Take advantage of that little side crunch. Bring your eyes up as well. We're going to look past our hip towards the other side of the room below us. And curl. Nice. We can go 2 more. And last one. Excellent job. This top hand, we're going to press it down into the ground. Draw our elbow underneath us and pause here. So we're in our little side, almost a side plank. Once you come into your side plank, take that top arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to side stretch. Lift your ribs up. See if you can get length through the top side of your body. Then we're going to bring this hand down towards your hips and let your shoulders shrug up towards your ear and kind of get lazy. Yeah, dig out of that hole, shift up and over. Inhale into those top ribs, and then lazy out through that shoulder, let the ribs drop. Beautiful. Feel the stretch in the bottom So top ribs when you open, right? And then bottom rib cage on the way down. Last two, we're gonna go up, inhale, and down. Last one, we go up, and we're gonna hold the up. Place your hand in front of you here, and we're gonna push through that hand to now bring both hands to the mat. Yeah, so we got both hands here. Now, we're gonna go for some push-ups here. We're gonna go for a allotted amount of time, so you're just gonna work through the whole set. Bending the elbows, bring one ear to the mat, and then push. Eyes go up and look at something in the distance. We've been working on this one, yeah? So we go sideways, and then eyes forward. Sideways, eyes forward. Beautiful. Strong shoulders, strong triceps. Yes, pushing away from the ground, getting yourself upright. Good. Nice. Now to add a little flavor if you want for the last little bit of this set, when you bring your chest down to the ground, we're going to slide the top leg out. And then when you press up, we slide the top leg in as you press. So it's a simultaneous movement, all right? You got about 10 more seconds of this exercise, moving that top leg in and out. That's it. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're up at the top. We're going to swing this arm that's closest to me. You know the drill. We're going to swing it around and roll onto our back. So we're now in crab. Crab. Feet are flexed, or feet are flat. Knees are flexed. And we have weight through the heel of the hand. For some of us, that might be a big stretch on the shoulders. All right, we're going to go for that same stretch sort of that we did on the side. So we're going to let the shoulders shrug up towards the ears, let the spine sag, and then push through the heel of the hand and open your chest, eyes come up, chin comes up. Beautiful. Oscillate between those two, alternate between those two shapes. So flexion of the spine, and then extension of the spine, opening up, pushing through the heel of the hand. Drop down into flexion. Good. Active flexion. So you're not just slumping, you're actually pushing your spine into flexion. And then extension, open up. If you need more space, you can slide your feet out just a little bit. If they're a little cramped in, slide the feet out. Push. We got one more time here. Excellent. Nice job. We'll change them from what we've done in the past for this series. We're going to slide one leg over the other and come into a crisscross position with the legs. And then see if we can come forward into a seated position this way. All right, crisscross position, and then nice tall seated position. Slide the hands forward for a stretch. See how far forward you can get. If you can't even get there, no big deal. We're just going to keep a hold of the shins and forward fold stretch here. Yeah, just sitting here sometimes is a challenge. Nice. Take a moment, let the hips stretch. Good. Bring yourself on up. We're going to bring the hands back behind us. Slide both feet out into a long sit. Recross the feet over. Change the orientation though. So now you have a different leg in front. And then stretch forward. And we're going to work on just that transition. This is a timed interval again. So we go legs out to the corners of your mat. Cross the legs over. Make sure you're alternating which one's in front. And then forward fold. All right, so you're just going to work at a pace that makes sense for you. Bring it on up. Yeah, and then stretch. Nice. Let's do 2 or 3 more here. Depending on your pace. Good. And then we're going to bring it on back to our hands. And we're going to come again into that crab position. Crab position. Let your legs fall towards me. So we're going to sit in that side sit position. Same thing, kind of same side that we did earlier. All right. We're going to come again into that push up, that twisted mermaid or twisted side sit. We're going to do another set of push-ups here. So go ahead and get those moving. And we have a couple layers to add on here if you're looking for some adventure today, right?
So again, as I said on the last set, as the ear comes down to the ground, you can kick your leg out and then fold it back in. All right, kicking the leg out and folding back in. Now, if you really want to up level this, we're going to take it just a little bit different. We're going to place the hand a little bit closer. Your hand that's furthest away from me or in the back is going to come and reach around and give yourself a hug here. Okay. Now we're going to lay ourselves down on the side and then push up with one hand. Maybe you take a little breather and place both hands down. We're going to reset with the hug. Drop and push and hand drops down. Remember, your double hand push-ups are #1 priority. If you're looking to make it spicier, we do the single arm version. All right, this is pretty spicy, so may not be for everyone. Take a hand down in between your sets so that you can keep your composure and reset your shoulder stability. We have about 5 more seconds of whatever version you're on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Finish with both hands on the mat. Yes? Okay. We're going to push ourselves into quadruped, driving through the knees, crawl your knees around, however you need to get oriented so that we can land in this hands and knees position. You got it. All right, we're going to bring the knees close together and have the hands a bit wide. Actually, keep your knees a hip width apart. Let's do some rocking. I'm feeling that my wrists are tight, so maybe yours are too. We're going to shift the hips back and then shift the hips forward over your wrist, working on some wrist mobility as you take the weight over your hands. See if you can separate your fingers as far apart as you can. Get those tissues to stretch. Good. And we're going to do about 4 more here. 3 more in here. 2. And last one. Nicely done. Now we're going to crawl in a circle until we're facing the other direction. Crawl in a circle until you're facing the other direction. So now if you were to look at me, you're looking over your other shoulder. We're going to now take the side sit. So coming hips down to the mat. And then laying all the way out onto your side. And now you should still be able to face me, but be on the other side. Yes? Is that just a fancy transition? All right, we're going to start all the way down at the bottom here. A little pillow for your bottom arm. Let's see if I can remember the series that we did on the other side. We're going to start with that pinwheel. Top arm stretches all the way forward. Get the logo on your shirt to come down to the mat. We're going to circle that arm up and over and around. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Take a pause on that back stretch. The hand sweeps past the hips. Look up past your hips as you circle around. And find something that feels so good here. Try to keep that elbow as straight as you can as you come around. Good. So looking about, always trying to get a bigger circle than what you think you can make. Good. The space that you can affect with your movement, it actually has a name. It's called a kinesphere. It's like the volume of space which you can move. So trying to make that kinesphere as big as possible. About 3-dimensional space. There we go. Maybe 1 or 2 more there. Good, good. We're going to place that hand on the mat. Slither ourselves up so that we're on our elbow. I know we're moving quick, right? We're moving quick. Elbows underneath us, top arm. We're going to do the side bend stretch. We lift the arm up, opening up the top ribs. There you go. Let your ribs drop down to the mat and your shoulder shrugs up towards your ears. We go up, side bend lift, and then side bend down. Feel the stretch even on the down side. We go up, inhale, and exhale. Good. Get those ribs to move up and down. See if you can get your torso to maybe touch or get close to the mat underneath you. How big of an excursion can you change? We go 2 more. And last one. Good, good. Top hand plants down. We shift, we come onto both hands. You know the drill, push-ups. We go down, ear to the mat. Exhale, push away, eyes go up, find something in front of you to focus on. There you go, bring your eyes up. We drop down, go to your side. And then push, eyes come up. How quickly can you change your focus from something in front of you and sideways? And then up on the horizon, on the diagonal. Yes. Drop and push, lift. Little add on here if you'd like. When the chest comes down, we kick the leg out. We kick, and then it folds back in as you press up, okay? Little optional add on, okay? We're gonna do about 10 more seconds worth of the push-ups. Do what you can in that time frame. Nice. Eyes sideways and then eyes up. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish with the elbows straight. Walk your hands in a little bit. The hand that's closest to me is gonna circle up and around, and we're gonna come into that crab position again. You know, I love me some crab position. Here we go. So we got hands behind us. Try to be on your hands, not your elbows. The legs can be, find a spot where the legs can be stable and on the mat. I got slippery socks on today. All right, we're gonna do some hip hovers here in your crab. Push through the heel of the hand to open up your chest. And we're gonna hover the hips up off the mat, okay? And then bring the hips down. So simple. We start with just simple and then we add on the layers, yes? Good. Pushing through the heel of the hand, driving your knees over your toes. We're starting to do those tabletop bridges. There you go. Bring your hands out a little further behind you if you're feeling tight in your chest. That way you can accommodate for those tight muscles. There we go. We're gonna go for about 3 or 4 more of them. Don't worry, we'll come back for more if you missed it. Yep, and last one. Beautiful, nice job. Send your legs out straight. And we're gonna walk ourselves forward. Now, some of us have tight hamstrings, so we may still have to keep those knees bent, no big deal. We're gonna rotate towards your right leg. You may be going kind of different directions than me. Rotate towards your right leg and slide your hands down that right leg as far as you can. Maybe you wanna wiggle touch your ankles, fix your socks, wiggle your toes if you can reach all the way down there. Beautiful. Sit yourself up, switch to the other side. So you're gonna rotate to your left leg, slide your hands down, fix your sock, touch your ankle, wiggle your toes, do what you can, and then bring it up. We're gonna continue going from side to side, right side, stretch forward. Find something down there that you wanna massage, and then bring it up, switch to the other side, something down there that you wanna massage. Maybe it's your thigh, your knee, your calf. One more time each side. Good, little rotation, I love it. Last one. Beautiful. And then bring it up. We're gonna come to crab again for those bridges, all right? Round 2. Let's get those feet planted underneath you. Excellent. All right, couple options. You can either do the hip lift that we did on the last set, or you can bring those feet a little bit closer together. Do your hip lift, march a leg, and then hips come down. Nice, Alana, good. We're gonna go hip lift. If you can, march a leg, bring it down. Hip lift, balancing, march a leg, bring it down. Nice job. Again, hip lift, march a leg, and bring it down. We got a couple more seconds here. This is gonna be time-based, so you do what you can in that time period. Hi, William, welcome. Good. One more time, please. You got it, and return. All right, roll those knees off to the side. We're gonna come and do your push-ups for your last set here, push-ups. Make sure that you're on the side that you just did them. So round 2 on this one side here. We have lots of options for push-ups. And again, it's a time interval. So you do as many as you can within the time interval. We're going to go, hands are planted, ear comes down to the ground, and then we push away, eyes come up on an angle. Okay. Remember, we had the option of kicking the leg out when the chest come down. That's a nice option. Option 3, which is real spicy, is taking the hand that's in the back and wrapping it around. So again, giving yourself a hug and rolling down to the mat here and then pushing up, okay? You can reset with the hand on the ground if you need a little intermission in between the repetitions. These are pretty spicy, so you may go a little slower. You may not do as many, definitely a little bit more strength involved. So pick your poison for this time interval. You got about 15 seconds to go. Do what you can. Yes. Nice. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right. We're in a straight arm position here in your twisted mermaid sit. We're going to take the hand that's closest to me and reach it out to the side quite a bit more. This is going to be your outrigger. We're going to pull yourself up to hands and knees position. Let me scoot back so I'm still in the frame. So you're getting, this arm is going to be pulling. This arm is going to be pushing. 1, 2, 3, push, pull. You should lift the hips up. Good. And then sort yourself out so that you're in full quadruped. Nice. All right. We're going to practice that transition. Again, another time interval. Remember that if you have a tendency when you bring the hips down, if that sort of knocks you all the way over, we want to outrigger. So bring your hand out to the side so you have more stability. And then you can lower the hips down. You have a wider base in your arms. Just working on this transition from side sit up to hands and knees. And then we're going to alternate and do the other side. Hips come down and then press up to quadruped. Just that transition. Sounds simple. Lots of things going on, right? Just getting that confidence and the spacing, right? With the outriggers. The hands being wide. So you have a little bit stronger base there. I know it's a lot of strength for your spine too. This takes a lot of rotational mobility in your spine. Good. And you can kind of stutter those steps as you go from side to side. Yeah. Let's do 2 or 3 more. Again, it's a time interval, so you choose how fast or slow you're going. Something manageable but challenging. Definitely still focusing on quality and the control. Let's do 1 more and we're going to finish in full quadruped. So finish in hands and knees, and I'm going to truly sort myself out of here for good. There we go, Bill. Push off that right knee. That's it. Perfect. All right, let's tuck your toes for this one. We're going to have fingers wide and shoulders stacked directly over your wrists. We're going to do your rocking, sitting back. When you sit back, you may stretch the bottoms of your feet here and then shifting forward. So this time we just have the feet tucked underneath you with the rocking. That's it. Beautiful. Getting ready for some crawling action here. Getting ready for some crawling. So as you shift forward into your hands, we're going to go a little change it up. Shift forward into your hands. Take your left hand off the floor. Shift back. Shift again into your hands. Right hand comes off the mat. So you went from 4-point to 3-point. Shift, hand comes up. Shift back. Shift forward. Hand comes up. Nice job. Your body is going to need to reflexively stabilize. When you take away one of the legs of the table, what takes on the responsibility that hand had? What takes on that responsibility? Your core, the other 3 limbs take a little bit more work. Yes, eyes are up. Remember when we're crawling, we have a desire to move forward. That desire is motivated by something we see that we want to move towards. Beautiful. One more time here. Shift. Beautiful. Shift back. We're gonna come into a tall kneel position because our wrists need a little bit of a break, I think. We're gonna come up onto the tip tops of the fingers. Zombie out of the swamp. We're gonna round through your spine. Plug your biceps to your ears. Plug your biceps to your ears. And we're gonna lift the arms up, just like so. Yeah, zombie out of the swamp. I love it. This is why October is a fun month, because we can be all zombie, Frankenstein, ghost, whatever. We're gonna come down the same way. Glue those biceps to your ears. Come down, fingertips land. After the fingertips land, then you can flatten out your hands and shift forward, eyes are up. Shift back again, come up onto the fingertips, round your spine like cat-cow. Glue the biceps to your ears, and go up. Hips come forward, eyes come up, arms come up overhead. You can make claws with your hand if you want. Yeah, you can make claws. We go down. Fingertips land, flatten out the hands, shift forward, eyes up. Work on that transition from quadruped to high kneel. You're looking great. Round through the spine. Hold the hips underneath you, eyes come up. Nice job. One more time, down and up. Here we go, down. Shift, nice and slow. Don't let gravity take you. Pull back. And up towards the ceiling. Nice job. I'm just gonna turn to the side here. Arms come down. Good. Clasp your fingers behind your back. See if you can get that stretch there. And it's gonna help you open up your chest a little bit. I'm gonna tuck in my shirts here so you can see what's going on. All right, so we're gonna go from here. We're gonna do what's called a hinge. And a hinge, actually unclasp your hands. Let's do a little proprioception drill. We're gonna do a hinge, which is a bow forward in the trunk. Now, when we hinge, I want the hinge to happen at the crease of your hip joint, which is really low right here. So take your fingers, and I want you to feel like maybe right below where a pocket opening would be on your pants. It's low. So hinging at the hip joint here, as opposed to hinging at your belly button. Okay, so if I was hinging on my belly button, it would look like this, right? You see the hinge points right here. I want it lower. So we're going to hinge more at the hip joint. This is where we can stick our booty out. Yes? Perfect. All right. So we're going to clasp the hands behind your back, and we're going to do that hinge. Keep the chest up and your eyes locked on your object there. We're going to hinge and hold. Yes, hinge and hold. Drive through those shins. Hips come forward. Shoulders are up. Eyes are up. Nice job. Hinge, let yourself hold for a second here. Can you get parallel to the floor with your torso? Hinging from the hip joint, not the low back. And then drive the hips forward, it brings you vertical. Let's do that 5 more times. Hinge, flat back, open up the shoulders, and then pop those hips forward. The torso comes vertical. 4 more. Hinge, push, hinge, push. Last one, hinge and push, pause. We do 1 more and it will transition into a quadruped. Watch. We're gonna go hinge. I know you have this strength. We can just bring your hands to the mat now. It shouldn't be too far away. And then come into hands and knees, yeah? Now, what happens here if you were to bring one hand behind in your low back, bring the other hand in your low back, you're now in your hinge, and then stand up or come vertical. Yeah, nice job. So we're gonna hinge. Give yourself the confidence that you can hold this shape. One hand comes down, it shouldn't be too far away. Other hand comes down, you're in quadruped. Now, one hand comes into the small of your back or your low back, whatever. Other hand also, regroup with that organization, good. And then drive the hips forward. So now we have 2 ways of coming out of quadruped, yes? Here we go, again, hinge, hands, hands. Low back. The energy changes when you bring your hands off the floor. There you go. Drive the hips forward. We're going to go through that 1 more time. Drop. Hands, hands. Up. And press. Nicely done. Good. I'm going to turn to the side. Pretty good, right? You have 2 options now. We have, just reviewing the options, we have cat stretch. And then we have the hinge. Okay. 3rd option, side sit, okay? Side sit. So for this one, we're gonna bring the hands down, similar to what you did for the hinge, all right? You have that in your body. Let your hips fall off to one side. Okay, maybe if you're feeling spicy, give yourself a push-up. Then from here, we press up into hands and knees. One hand behind the back, one hand behind the back, and then stand up. Okay? As soon as you feel comfortable, we're going to omit the hands and knees. So we go down, down. Let the hips come off to the side. Remember, if you need an outrigger, use the outrigger. Use your outrigger. The side that your hips are gonna fall to, slide that hand out a little further. There you go. Good. Push yourself into hands and knees. Hand behind the back, and then up. Okay, that's your option. Otherwise, it's here. We bring one hand out to the side and see if you can get your hips to come down without bringing that second hand down. See if you can push up again without bringing that second hand down. Push, and then we come up. Hand comes out wide. So you can do hinge, hand comes out wide. No hand on the, no second hand, just bring the hips down. Make sure that hand is really, really wide so it doesn't knock you over. There you go, you gotta stretch for it. Hip comes down, then we push off, hips come underneath us. Then this is the familiar hinge, and we come up. We got it? All right, work at your own pace. We're gonna come through that. Hand goes out really, really wide. Set the hips down, really, really wide with the hand, farther than you think you need it. Push off and up. Good. Now, some of us may not even need the hand at all right? Some of you can try the no hands at all approach, where we bring the hips out to the side. Maybe the hand comes out at the last second. Okay, maybe the hand gives you a little push and then you bring yourself up to vertical. We have lots of options in this time interval. Go ahead and work on whatever makes sense for you. So either both hands down, outrigger, sit. Okay, the one hand down and sit. Or the no hands down, maybe one hand catches you on the backside. Okay, you have lots of options. Work on whatever makes sense for you, whatever skill we're trying to get at here. Don't grab something that's too far out of reach for you. Work within your means. All right, we don't want to be failing 100% of the time. You can fail maybe 50% of the time, 20% of the time, just so you have a little bit of learning. Good. We're gonna go for about 10 more seconds. Maybe you can get one more in. Excellent. Excellent. Good. When you're finished, bring yourself up to tall kneel. Good. Give yourself some space and a runway to work with. We did a little bit of this last week, the walking, right? The walking. All right, we're gonna take some weight shifting first through the hips. So I'm just gonna face so you can see. Weight shifting from side to side. Yep, so much so that you can teeter on one knee. Teeter on one knee. Can you teeter and hold on one knee? Teeter and hold on one knee. There's your balance, Alana. Teeter and hold on one knee. Hold it a little bit longer. Hold it a little longer. That's it. Last two. And one. Nice job. All right, shake it out. Just do a couple hip drops and press forward. Nice. So we've done now side to side plane range of motion. Now we're doing forward back range of motion. What about rotation? We need some rotation. Yes. All right, I'm going to turn to the front again just so you can see. I want you to rotate the hips so that they're facing on the diagonal to the left, and then rotate your hips so that they're facing on the diagonal to the right. So we get rotation, 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 rotation. Good. Put your hands on your hips so that you can feel this happening. Yes, nice job. And your shoulders and your hips are going to go together today. Shoulders and hips are going to go together. Good. Nice. Now let's add some weight shifting with that. So you're gonna weight shift into the hip that goes backwards. Can you hover the leg? Can we add a little bit of a step now? The hip that's coming forward is stepping forward. Do what you need to do whenever you run out of space. You can either walk backwards, or you can crawl backwards, or you can turn around. Whatever makes sense. All right, reset, and we're gonna go through the whole thing again. Weight rotation to start, just in place rotation. Rotation with the weight shift. And then we add just a little step. Whichever hip is coming forward is the stepping knee. Yeah, good. And then either turn around, crawl backwards, or figure yourself out. Reset again, get those patterns. Rotation. Yeah. Weight shifting with the rotation. And remember, anytime that we're locomoting, we want to be looking up. You're driven by the desire to get there, right? Add the step. Maybe you start swinging the arms. Can help you. Yeah, we're gonna do that one more cycle through. Start at your start position. I know I get to the end of my mat maybe before you do. Rotation. Maybe we get the arms going. The arms and the hips moving together. This is different from maybe what I've taught in the past, just be together. Then add a little weight shift. My body won't do this version. My body only does the other version. And then we're gonna add the steps. So hips, 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 hips. I know, get those hips moving. That'll help your steps get bigger. I promise you. Good. Nice job. All right. And then reset yourself back in the middle of your spot here. We're going to place the hands on the hips again. Now, some of us may need to use a chair. So if that's you, then we're going to use that. We're going to go into some split kneeling versions here. So we're going to take our weight shift over into the right leg, enough so that we can bring this foot forward. Okay, so if you want to use the chair, some of you, you're all using a chair, so I'm going to do that too. So whichever leg is coming forward, you want the chair on the opposite side. So if we are lifting the left leg forward, we're going to have the chair on the right side. So we're here. Yeah, I'll give you a minute to get situated. I know that was a transition. All right, now a couple things to know about your split kneel position. The more your foot is in front of you, the harder it is to balance. If you want to make it easier, we bring the leg more out to the side, okay? Use that information either to make your exercise easier or make your exercise harder. So if we start doing something and you want to make it harder, bring the foot inward. If we start doing something and it's too hard, bring the foot out to the side. Okay, really quick way to modify exercise. I'm going to split the difference. We're going to shift forward into your front knee. Try to get your knee to go over your toes. Okay, this is going to ask for some ankle mobility, keeping your heel down, and then shift the weight back. Maybe you straighten the leg, maybe you don't. Shift forward, try to get that knee as far as you can over. It's going to take some mobility, as I said, in that ankle, and then push back. Good. Nice. And play with that placement of the foot. Maybe it's too close, maybe it's too far away, maybe it's too in, maybe it's too out. So if it doesn't feel right for you, or it feels like just awkward, it's probably because we need to move the foot. Okay. There's a difference between being hard and then it just being awkward. I can understand the awkwardness. It's just like, we need to switch up the spacing a little bit. Yeah. Work on the weight shift all the way forward and back. Beautiful. Now eyes are up. Remember, as we start to prepare for locomotion, eyes stay up. Yes, chest is lifted. We stretch forward into the knee and then shift back. Can you take your hand off of your thigh? And as you weight shift forward, reach and then pull back. Yeah, shift forward, reach for something, and then pull back. If you don't need this chair hand, place it on your hip. That's it, William, nice job. Let's go 2 more on this side. Beautiful, how far can you get that knee over your toes? Stretch that ankle. Yes, last one. Excellent job. We're gonna tuck this knee back underneath you. Whoop, give me a thumbs up, Alana, we good? Okay, we're gonna tuck that leg underneath you. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now you're either gonna turn around, right? Because we want the hand on the chair that's opposite of the leg forward. Either turn around or you're gonna try it without the chair. All right, turn around, move the chair, do what you need to do. I'll give you a bit to get situated. So we're gonna bring your right foot forward now. And again, it can be strictly in front, fully out to the side, somewhere in the middle. Good? We there? All right. Shift the weight forward. See how far you can get that knee over your toes. Eyes are up. And then we shift back. Maybe you straighten the leg, maybe not, depending on your spacing. Shift forward and shift back. Take a few repetitions to figure out that spacing. As I said, if it feels awkward, maybe your foot is too close. Maybe you need to step your foot out a little bit further. Yeah, good. Now we're gonna take your hand off of your thigh and add the reach and pull. We stretch forward, reach, and then pull that imaginary thing towards your belly button. Fingers are open, grab it, and then pull it. Grab it, fingers are open, and then pull it. Open the hand, reach, and then pull. Nice. Eyes are up. What are you reaching for? What's on that shelf? What's on that counter? What's on your desk? Right there, reach. That's it, 2 more. Good. Now, if you can do a few more without the hand on the chair, go for it. Hand on your hip, we got 5 more. We go for 5. Show off a little bit. 4, don't change that range of motion. Still get it as big as you can. 3, lean into it. You got it. 2, and one more time. Reach and pull. Nicely done. Let's tuck this knee back where it came from. Let's tuck that knee back where it came from. We're going to turn so that we're facing our chair now. Turn so that we're facing our chair. And let's tuck those toes underneath. Now we have both hands on the chair, yes? We're gonna work now on agility. So we have more assistance with the chair, so we can work maybe a little bit more on quickness with the transition of bringing the foot around. See if you can get that foot to land next to the leg of the chair. Work on that mobility and that strength of your hip flexor. And then we tuck the foot back, and then the other leg comes forward to the other side. Okay, here's another timed interval. We're going to work as fast, but as accurate as possible for the time interval, working on your mobility, getting that leg forward. Now, if you're feeling spicy, you're going to take the leg up and release the same side hand. Take the leg up, release the same side hand. If you can release the hand before you move the leg, even better. All right, so giving you some options to level up, where you release the hand before you kick the leg, and then you can reattach, release your hand before you kick your leg. That's the advanced option. Of course, advanced option plus would be no hands as you're making that transition from side to side. Wow, okay, team, I see you. I see you. Get that foot all the way forward though. I want you to make it to the chair. Make it to the chair. Big step. That's it, Bill. Nice. All right, time interval for 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finish on whatever side you landed on. Whatever side you landed on. Hands come down if they're not already there. Use your back foot, please. It's going to stay tucked. We're going to drive your knee up and you're going to be in this lunge. You can have weight in your hands. Yes, you can have weight in your hands. Stay in this runner's lunge. You got it. Bend the knee down. Tap the floor. Drive up again. Push. Use your back foot. And then down. Beautiful. Up. Push. and down. Now, bonus points if you never actually rest on the floor. Okay, how about that? We go up and then you bring the knee down. It's just gonna tap and then drive again. I know, lots of quad, a lot of, don't laugh at me. Bring it down and push. Yes, I know it's burning. We got 5 more seconds in the time interval. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Finish with the knee down on the floor. All right, you're already good at this. Swing the leg back. You're already good at this. Other leg goes forward. And now you already know what to do. We just got to do the other side. Tuck that toe. You're going to use this quad a lot. Here we go. Press. Squeeze your knee straight. Yes. Knee comes down. Either unload or just tap. Time interval, go. Squeeze that knee all the way at the top. That's it. Use your legs. You can put some weight through your hands. No big deal. Everything's working. Push. Wow. I see someone taking their hand off, one of the hands off. Nice job. We got about 10 more seconds. Do what you can in that time interval. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I know it burns. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hold up. Hold up. You're in a split lunge. Yes. I know we're tired. We're almost there. You're in a split lunge. Yes. Here's the deal. We're going to take your foot that's forward and we're going to step it back. You're now in a plank. Step the other foot forward. You're now in a split lunge. Step it back. Other side. I know. So now you're just in a plank. We're doing the same drill that we did on our knees, but we're just in a plank. Time interval, 10 more seconds. Feel your core working as you step the both feet back. Yes. Strong shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish. One foot forward. The other foot's going to step forward too. You're now in your hinge. Yes. One hand back. One hand back. And then drive up to stand. Yes. Walk around the room. Wow. Lots of kneeling work. Lots of quadruped. Lots of lunging. Bring yourself back to the mat. We're going to get rid of this chair or just move it off to the side. We're going to finish with a quick standing stretch and then you'll be on your way. Let's start with the feet really, really wide apart from one another. And you're going to have your, I know my head's cut off, by the way. We're going to have your feet slightly turned out. Yeah. Hands on your hips. We're going to bend your left knee. Same as before. See if you can get your knee over your toe while still keeping your heel down. And then pushing off. We go bend. And then push off. Widen your feet there, Bill. Slide the knee. I got 2 Bills on here. William, do you go by Bill also? Maybe only your mother calls you Bill. Reach and push. That's it. Reach and push. Even wider than that, Bill. William C. There you go. All right. Adding on a little bit if you would like. You're going to touch the opposite knee as it's bending and then hand comes up. Touch the opposite knee as it's bending and then hand comes up. Nice job. Work at a pace that makes sense for you. Really, really wide feet. If you want to make it more challenging, separate those feet a bit more. Your lunge becomes more athletic. Lunge and lean. Nice job. A lot of good. We go down. We're going to go for 10 seconds. Touch the knee, lift. Touch the knee, lift. Opposite hand to knee. Opposite hand. There you go, William. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Here's the tricky part. Bring the toes inward. Be mindful that you don't fall backwards. Bring the heels in. Toes in. Heels in. Toes in. Heels in. Toes in. Until you're together. Hands behind your back, opening up your chest, hinge forward. We did this on our knees. Bring yourself upright. flat back. We're hinging at the hip joint again, so 9 in the low back at your hip joint at the hip crease, and then drive up. You just have 5 more and then we're done today. Hinge and push. Nice, hinge and push. 3 more. 2 more. Yes, last one. And up, nice job. Walk around the room 1 time or march in place. Very good. I'm gonna just come on my knees so you can see my face, but you can stay standing. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. Grab your wrist, side bend a little bit to the left. Beautiful, opening up those ribs. Grab your other wrist, side bend, stretch over to the other side. Opening up those ribs. Shake it out and give yourself a little jimmy dance, little shimmy dance. Yeah, there you go. Nice work, team. Great job today on all those kneeling drills. We're going to continue working on kneeling stuff for the rest of the month, and I'm going to add in little standing bits at the end, okay? I'm going to turn off the recording. If you have anything you want to share with the class, we'll open up the floor.